very much in favor of the counting of points.
Does it work for you? No.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Run Through, your favorite figure skating podcast where we talk about all the things that make us kiss, make us cry, make us compete in Milan, and make us win the Olympic title in pairs. I'm Adam Rippon. I'm here with not Olympic champion Sarah Hughes and Ashley Wagner. Girls, it's good to be here.
It's good great to be here. Sarah, I ran into yet another person who confused you for Olympic champion Sarah Hughes.
Oh, okay.
Because I was talking
this an NBC
with
employee.
It was Emily Hughes.
It was John Schuster of curling. Because
I've met him a lot of times.
It's so funny though, because I sat down for lunch with the morning hosts of Gold Zone, and John Schuster joined us as well. And so Matt Eisman was talking to me about, I was like, thank you for the shout out this morning. So nice of you to do this. And so the podcast came up and he was kind of explaining the podcast to the other people sitting at the table. And so then John Schuster looks at me and he's like, wait, you have a podcast with Sarah Hughes? And I was like, uh-huh. And then he was like, I've been on her other podcast. And I was like,
oh,
what?
John.
And immediately I'm like, oh, no. It's actually different. It's a different Sarah Hughes.
He has been on my show.
Well, that's why for a second I was like, huh? Like I thought maybe he meant he was on your Gold Zone shift. And then I realized, no, he meant he went on Sarah Hughes Olympic Champions podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's becoming clear.
Yeah.
I got a text from Milan today that said, Sarah, an update from Italy is that our Italian fixer is telling Adam that his hand is going to get cut off on the subway. And now
what does this mean?
I think they're making him undergo a psychological evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can we
anything
provide
to tell
some
us?
detail?
So
I've only seen you use one hand on this call
that's
so
true.
far. Do you still have both?
That's hand reveal. So let me give some context. If you're interested.
Yes,
obviously I am.
Yeah.
So here in Milan, I have a checkered past, I would say, with the subway system. Meaning that like the first day I got here, the first time I used the subway, I used it. I was like, it's so easy. It's 4 stops this way, ready to go. And I did 4 stops the wrong way, had to do 8 stops, changed trains, got on the wrong train 3 times, and then walked to the arena, which it was a 90-minute walk. I'm better for it. I'm better because of it. And I'm here now. And because of those mistakes I've made, I've had to sit down and take some time out of my day to like learn the transit system. And now when people are thinking of using the metro, they come to me and I airdrop them a picture of the entire Milan metro system because I'm like, this is going to help you to know what train you need to get on. Because sometimes like the color routes go like different ways. Like the green line, there's 2 trains that go on it. One goes like whoop to Chelsea Rossa, as I've mentioned, famous stop on the
Chelsea
Italian
Rossa
line. And I have been telling everybody that like I'm a metro guru now. And the fixer, the Italian fixer, said, I hope on the line you're not wearing your jewelry. And I was like, no, I am. All of it. And she was like, I wouldn't do that. Because like my watch, she's like, somebody will cut your hand off for that watch. And I was like, what?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, somebody will pull out a knife. And I'm like,
I mean, congratulations on the watch, I guess.
well, congratulations on the hand reveal. And I was like, what? And she was like, oh, like you need to be careful like on the metro with that stuff. I was like, oh my God. She's like, well, are you at least like kind of like tucking it up in your jacket? I'm like, no, I'm like holding the railing. And I even looked at it the other day and was like, it looks so pretty in the lights. And she's
Well,
like, yeah, I would stop doing that. And then we really connected on that. And then we did do some sort of like, like some sort of psychological evaluation. And I just, I've really connected with this person who is named Katerina. And I feel safer because of them, but also in more danger.
Totally.
Well, ignorance is bliss.
Oh, it was
so true.
Okay,
So-
well,
Results.
we finally got a pretty good event. Don't you guys think?
yeah.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
I mean, okay, we beggars cannot be choosers, and based on what
So
we've
true.
seen
Wait,
over
I
the
didn't
last couple of events, I feel like this was maybe up until the very, very, very end. It wasn't like the highest of drama. That being said, I feel like we got some really good skates.
Yeah. Sarah,
No,
can
I
you do some
didn't say
results?
anything. I will do the results. The Olympic champions in pairs are Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara from Japan. The Olympic silver medalists are Anastasia Metelkina and Luka Barilava from Georgia. Georgia wins its first ever Winter Olympic medal in any sport.
Wow.
This is Japan's first
I
pairs
know.
medal ever also.
Mhm.
And then Minerva Hasa and Nikita Volodin from Germany got bronze. Yeah, and so those are your medalists. And it was, yeah, I agree with you, Ashley. I think this was a good event. And that's not to say everyone was perfect, but I think like we had strong skates from,
Mm-hmm.
the top 4 in particular were really strong today.
Yeah.
Again, not perfect. But the way it sort of shook out was that, early on, not early on, but in like the second to last group, Sway and Han went and skated pretty well. Their tech content wasn't as high, but they skated pretty well. I mean, considering how we've seen them, it was like,
Yeah.
I mean, I
I
was
mean, they
impressed with them.
improved their personal best in that program by like 5 points. So, I mean,
Yeah.
take that for what you will. I think it kind of speaks a little bit about how they were skating earlier on in the season, because this event they did side by side doubles, and
their season's
she
best.
popped her
Yeah.
season's best. Sorry,
Mhm.
and she
Yeah.
popped the opening
I
triple
was
toe
like,
in the
surely
three-jump
they've gotten
combo.
better than a 135
No,
before.
no, I was just just this
Right.
season. Yeah. So the bar was like lower, but
Yeah, they're one of the
no, for
greatest
what we've
teams of
seen
all
from them,
time.
right.
Yeah,
Well, how much can
100%.
change in 4 years, you know?
Totally. And then
Right.
right after them, the last team in the second to last group was Miura Kihara, because they had that lift issue in the short program. And so Miura Kihara weren't in the last warm-up group. And they
Which was
skated
so weird.
It was.
excellent. It was odd. They skated an hour before the event ended, essentially. And
So they were in
They
the leader's
were
chair. They like
clean.
set up camp.
Yeah, they
Well,
moved into the
before
leader's
that, they
chair.
skated clean. And they
It was-
earned the highest free skate score we have seen under this current system. Not like these highest ever scores kind of reset relatively often, because you can't like compare as the rules change and stuff. Like the +3 and -3 GOE
Mhm.
era doesn't count for this like kind of thing. But they got a 158, which is just an absolutely massive
Man.
score, and it put the rest of the teams in position to like catch that, and catch them at like 230 total points. And I felt like it was a high score. It was a really high score. I felt like what they were doing was they were saying, okay, Haza and Volodin had a 7-point lead after the short program. The
Mhm.
Japanese skated cleanly in their free skate. We're going to give them a huge score that the Germans can only pass if they are like foot perfect. And if they're
Exactly
not,
what I thought.
Japan is going to win. That's how,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and that's how it was. So,
Yeah.
and then the last group went. So,
Yeah. I mean, the Japanese, the way that it
do
was
we want
kind
to
of
talk
set
about the
up, and we were
Japanese
talking
program?
about this. Sure, that's what I was going to do. So the way that it was
I think
kind of
I'm just
set
you're
up,
hearing
the
me
way
on a
that the
delay, Ashley.
Japanese had to basically the difference between where they were and the Germans was like roughly they were 7 points back. And then when you compared personal best, the Japanese would have ended up about a point shy of the Germans. So what they were set up to do, they had to best their personal best. And they're able to do that by about 2 points. But I mean, watching them skate this program, Sarah and I were talking earlier, and I mean, we were discussing whether or not that felt better than what we saw from them in the team event. And I feel like it's so hard to compare because the emotions watching them in the two events are just so different, right? Like you're watching the
Mm.
Japanese here and you're like, can they do it? Olympic gold is on the line. Are they going to be good enough to make up this difference? And so there's this anticipation and like you're holding your breath. And so every element that they're landing and securing, it just like builds the excitement more and more and more. So my experience of watching this program, I felt like this was the better of the two programs. What do you guys think?
I mean, this was an Olympic gold level free skate. There's something so impressive about the way that Riku she's struggled with her jumps over the past few years. And it's frustrating because she really never did before in the beginning of their partnership. It was like their strength.
Mhm.
But something about this like Italian ice. How have we never said Italian ice, by the way? Something
Missed
about the
opportunity.
Italian ice, her jumps have been so rock solid, clean, smooth this entire event across 4 programs. And it was magical. And I really think that if Haza and Volodin were able to skate clean, I don't think they would have beaten them in the free skate, but they easily would have been in the 150s, which would have been
Mhm.
enough for the gold medal. And I think that they knew that because they seemed pretty nervous at the very beginning. I could see them like doing some breathing exercises
Yeah.
together. And I was like, they definitely know like what's at stake here.
Mhm.
They definitely know. And I just think that with this podium, this is like, if you think about what happened overall in the whole competition, this is, I think, how it should have fared out.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think that the I want to just like I think the Germans like skated very, very well. And I
Mm.
could make an argument that the Germans should have been in second place overall. But they skated pretty hesitantly. And like, I think that I saw some people talking about like, where was the Japanese team overscored here? Like is 158 too high? I don't really like think we typically like really get into that stuff too much, especially in the situation where it's like, well, they wouldn't have beaten them with the program that they put out. And I do think that the Germans would have won overall if they were completely at their very best. I do
Mhm.
actually think that. I
Yeah.
don't think that the door was closed to them with the score the
Mm-mm.
Japanese team got, but it was only very narrowly cracked open. And it was, that we've seen this before with Riku and Ryuichi. Sometimes the standard feels like it might feel like a little bit lower for them when they're like almost allowed to make little errors that other teams are not allowed to make. But I think that's because they make you feel something a lot of times that the other teams don't make you feel, and they have like some of these foundational skills and qualities that
Mm.
maybe aren't like they're not like the Georgian throw, for instance, but it's like every little thing, all the quality like adds up over the course of the program. And
Yeah.
so these like small technical errors or even large ones like the lift in the short program, like they're able to make up for that with the other things that they're doing. And with a skate like this, like the lasting impression of what the Japanese team did, it's just far more than what any other team left as an impression, I think, probably on the audience tonight.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you think of like the point deficit that they had, it's almost gone with the single sow cow. You know, that pop jump,
Yes.
like the pop jumps will
They'll get you every
murder you.
time.
I mean, I just
Right.
think of Ilya with not only like the single axle, the double loop, and the double sow cow. Like,
Yeah.
there's just so many points left on the table where it's like if you hit these big elements, tons of points.
Yeah.
But popping is like it's the worst thing that you can do.
It's the
Mhm.
hardest to spot too. I have had to explain to so many people who were like, Ilya didn't fall that many times. How did he end up so low? And it's just like you're always better pulling in on these jumps and maybe falling because you're
Mhm.
going to still end up getting more points than a popped jump. And I just think when you look at the Japanese, to your point, Sarah, they are on another level. They're just a completely different caliber of athlete. And I feel like when you're watching them skate a program, it's connected so seamlessly, but you don't see a ton of that like preparation that you see from all of these other teams where it's like, okay, here we go. We're
It's
going into
seamless.
the it's seamless. And that
Right.
allows for you to get sucked into the moment more because a lot of these athletes have these like systems and checks within a program that kind of pull you out of the moment and you're like, oh, okay, they're going into their throw. Whereas the Japanese are just skating fast. And before you know it, you're like, whoa, it's the throw. And
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
just matters.
And because we had, this is our first like overwhelming favorite who does come away with gold so far in this Olympics. And because of that, we got a text message from a listener who is very famous. Ashley and Sarah, you both know him. He goes by the name Ben Augusto.
Oh, I got this
Yeah.
text as well. Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I'd love to share it. He said, well, whatever you said to the Pope worked.
Yeah.
Yes, if you were listening yesterday, you do know that we made some pretty serious and not joking at all pleas
Mm-mm.
to the Pope
Mhm.
to bless the ice rink, maybe do a Zamboni ride, maybe bring some incense over there. And it does feel like maybe a prayer was answered of some kind because most of
For
this
sure.
skating was really strong, especially toward at the end with the final six. Like I did really feel for Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud, who were in third after the short
Mhm.
and did not have, just made mistakes that they couldn't afford. They were already in a precarious position, I think, because they were the team that was least expected to be in this position and
Totally.
probably was going to have the most to prove in order to
Mhm.
stay in that position. And so then when they were making mistakes, it was just too hard for them to stay where they were. And so they ended up 8th overall. But yeah, I mean, credit to Metelka Naberolava also, who basically just like stepped out of a throw
Mhm.
twice, once
Yeah.
in each program, and otherwise skated a clean Olympics.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
incredibly impressive.
I mean, even when you think of like the GOE that they're getting hit on because of the step outs, I think of the speed that they enter the jump with, the height, and how minimal the step out is, and how not disruptive it really is to the overall performance. Where it's like they're not going to get -5s with that. Like it's really
Mm-mm.
minimal. Like they're losing some points, but they're still getting a lot. And they were I was very impressed by them tonight. Just like really solid, sturdy skating. Also,
Their 3-jump
Pavlova,
combo?
I
Their
know.
3-jump combo was really good. And as they're doing it, I was like, Adam can't hate on this 3-jump combo. This is good.
Actually, what Ashley did say most importantly to me tonight, which Adam, you
Yeah.
were about to reference them, is
Yeah.
as Pavlova Sviatchenko were skating yet another clean program.
Mhm.
Ashley was like, I was wrong about this team,
Yep.
period.
And then I
was
said,
like, yeah.
how annoying, because now I'm going to look like a bandwagon fan. Like they skate well at the Olympics and now you like them?
It's
And
okay to be a bandwagon fan. It's
I have
okay.
egg on my face. And
Sometimes
it's
that's what it
fair.
takes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
it's okay.
great.
Sometimes you say things that
Yeah.
aren't true. I mean, I just said
Often.
that we on this podcast don't talk that much about people getting over and underscored, which I said it, and as soon as I heard it come out of my mouth, I was like, that's a blatant lie. We
Yeah, we
do
do
talk
that
about
all
that
the time.
all the time.
It's
And I was
fine.
like,
I
what
was
am I
like,
saying?
exactly. We're not doing that.
No,
Yeah, like-
we would never.
No,
No,
we're
I
talking
will
Now
about the
let's talk
jump-
about the underscoring. Now
No.
back to what we mostly talk about, the scores.
Well, and it is kind of a shame. Like, I thought Pavlova and Sviatchenko had, I mean, they had the cleanest of Olympics of anyone.
Mhm,
You know, they
mhm.
skated 2 clean programs, and I'm disappointed that they were not on the
On
podium.
a podium.
Like, they got third in the free skate. They essentially like lose out on component scores
Yeah.
to Hasa and Volodin ultimately, and it's like, I don't know.
Can I
Like-
arguably say that I
Yeah.
preferred their performance
I
over
can
Hasa
say
and
it.
Volodin?
I
Yeah.
have an argument too. I
Yeah.
feel like Haza and Volodin looked so not terrified is not the word, but
Tentative.
they
Stiff.
yes, and so I didn't feel like they were performing in the slightest. There was no performance. They were just trying to not lose, and that was the focus. Whereas when you watch Pavlova and Sviatchenko, they're out there having the time of their lives. Like even when
Yeah.
you read their kiss and cry, or not sorry, their mix zone quotes, they're just like so thrilled to be there. Beyond happy that their family, I believe her mom was there and she doesn't get to see her skate. It was just like, I'm happy, we're so happy, we're so happy. And so you see that
Yeah.
energy in that team and it makes a difference when you're watching. It changes the experience.
Yeah, I think that their undoing is or was that because of their overall like standing in the world, they
Mm.
skated relatively early in the short program. And I think the short program is what did them in. They did a clean short
Mhm.
program, but they were, you know, early enough in the night that the judges are sort of waiting for the later teams. So there's room left above these scores. And then
Right.
now they get the score that they deserve in the free skate. You know, they got third in the free skate, which
Mhm.
is completely deserved to me. But they were, you know, so far behind in the short program. And sometimes that's just the way it works out that like the
Right.
team that was very first in the short program is the one you're going up against. And like Hazen Volodin definitely deserved the best score in the short program, and it just like didn't work out. But I
Mhm.
am like so impressed with them. Like 2
Right.
Yeah.
clean skates at the Olympics. Amazing.
They are I mean, they're a force. And I think that they've really, they've done these like interesting fun programs before where they did the Pirates, but they really tried to lock in a way that we haven't seen them lock in before. And they tackled this like very like introductory to artistry program
Yes.
Yeah, they-
really well.
They rebranded for Olympic
rebranded,
season
yes.
successfully.
Yes.
You know, to the point that on the day of the Olympic free skate, Ashley Wagner said, I was wrong.
I was wrong.
I was wrong.
They
And
decided
that's
to
a
wear
successful
one
rebrand
color.
if I ever saw one.
It's
Yeah,
true. They
one
decided to wear
color.
one color at a time. And that is
Yeah.
art.
Yeah.
I'm immediately like,
It's
whoa, they're
high art.
performers. They're performers.
I also want to give a shout out that we can finally just take a big, deep exhale. Deanna Stellato Dudek is and forever an
An
Olympian.
Olympian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whew.
It didn't go cleanly today again. And did she come off maybe saying she broke her nose?
Yeah, and she said, add it to the list. And I was like, get this girl
On a
Get
stretcher.
this girl
Get
into,
this
like,
girl to the Pope.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Get her to the
Get her
Vatican.
blessed.
Yeah.
Get her blessed.
Yeah.
Just let's just send her into like an oxygen chamber. Let's get her into like a natural salt bath.
Right. Send her to the
Let's-
spa.
Yes, we
Yeah.
need to just we need to do as a world, we need to come together. The Olympics is about the world coming together. We need to, as a world, come together and make sure one, her nose isn't broken, and
Mhm.
two, she gets a massage.
Mhm.
Yep.
And that's
Mhm.
the
And
focus
not a
of the
sports
world.
massage. Not a
No,
sports massage.
No.
No, just one of those where
like
it's
lymphatic drainage
Swedish.
massage.
Yes.
Yeah,
Swedish.
Swedish.
Yeah, deep.
Swedish and maybe a hot stone massage. Like get her a
Yes.
few.
That
Get
sounds
her a
nice.
few different treatments. Get her a
Facial.
facial while
Yes.
just
A
do the
scalp
works.
treatment.
The exactly.
Yeah, exactly. She
Exactly.
One
needs
of
to go to
everything.
where they steam her scalp. They do that. They kind of like they do that. They give like her the analysis, and they're like, "It's a bit dry," and she's like, "Well, my nose is broken,"
Right.
and they're like, "Okay, we'll focus
Okay, fine.
on the scalp." Add it to the list, Deanna.
Yeah, but I mean, you're right, Adam. It's like after, we don't know all the details of what they've gone through over the past couple weeks, but
Yeah,
whatever it was serious enough that they were not able to make it for the team event and that they had to delay their travel a lot. And so to me that tells me that the achievement is just being here at all and being able to
Yeah.
compete on Olympic ice and putting out two programs that maybe aren't the best you've ever definitely aren't the best they've ever performed,
hmm
but that they can be proud of because of the moment and the effort that and the story behind how they got there.
I mean, I was still like tearing up by the end of their free skate because it's just emotional to think
Yeah.
about that, she was on track to maybe be on that 2002 team. She dreamed of being on the 2006 Olympic team, retired at 17, comes back. It's unbelievable. Like, it's unbelievable to see where she is now. And it's emotional. It's emotional. Like, this is what the
Yeah.
Olympics is about. It's about like overcoming and believing in yourself and pushing yourself a little bit further. The medals are incredible, but this is what like the Olympics inspires us. And I think
Yeah.
just Deanna is so inspiring. I think she's so amazing. And I really think she should get her nose checked out by a good doctor to make sure it's not broken.
Sure.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It's a great
I think there
nose.
are several people on this result sheet that should go to a good doctor right after this. I mean, Sway
Me?
Wenjing, Sarah
Oh God,
Conti,
yes.
Deanna
Yes.
Stellato. Like, let's
Mhm.
just can we get these people to a hospital and a church and a spa in
We
that
need
order?
to get
There has to be one
crystals.
of those in combination, and if there was a place, I feel like it would be Italy.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
here's a glass of wine,
Church
but
spa?
also
A
it's
church.
church. But also
Church med
it's a
spa,
spa.
because we need a doctor.
I'll open
A
it.
church,
Adam, there you go.
religious med spa.
Get into
That's what we
Italy.
need for these pairs women. Wait, speaking of pairs women, who may need a church med spa as well. Riku Mura's reaction when they won after Haza and Volodin's
Yes.
score came in,
Yeah.
amazing.
Her
Mhm.
scream, it was so good. I'd never heard her speak that loud ever or make that sound ever. She was so excited.
I know. I'm so happy for them.
So happy for
And
them.
I'm so happy for both of them, like individually. He also like let out a battle cry when their free
I
skate score
know.
came in. It was just like
I know.
it was so. Ugh, I'm
It's
so
so
happy
interesting
for them.
watching the event on a show that is specifically for an American audience with next to someone who doesn't quite understand skating, because like I think we all watch the Japanese and we're like, yes, they did it. Meanwhile, it's like
Mm.
for a traditional American audience, it might not be that excessively exciting because you just don't have the context. But we've been covering them for
Right.
so long and like know them. And it was just like the moment that this was one of the moments I wanted to see on Olympic ice. This is the moment like we deserve to see. And then you finally get it and it just
Mhm.
feels so good.
It feels
Yeah, I
so
mean
good.
the pairs is for the true heads, as they
True.
say, because there isn't, an American like true like gold medal threat. Maybe there's a dark horse chance at a medal in pairs, but most of the time it's like this is the one that like you have to follow the sport to appreciate it because it's not going to be the American characters. And so, yeah, I agree with you, Ashley. the Americans finished 7th and 9th, not in the order we may have expected. Chan and Howe were in 7th, and Cam and O'Shea ended up 9th after a tough free skate today. But you know what? Like, we were talking about this before we got on air. It's like Cam and O'Shea, like the team event free skate is the Olympic memory. Like that's the legacy of this Olympics for them. And Chan and Howe skated. I'm happy that Chan and Howe like skated really well today and ended up where they did too, because now both teams like are leaving with something that they can be really proud of, you know? Yeah. And I mean, not that like a bad or a tough free skate in some way is like something you can't be proud of. Like you're at the Olympics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just mean that like, I'm glad that both teams had like this kind of like shining moment.
A moment. And I'm I just was really impressed with how Emily and Spencer, like they skated here and they took nationals and they took all of the conversation of like, they're only here because there's this citizenship. And it's like, they just put that all behind them and it wasn't their focus and they weren't sorry for being here. And they showed up and they skated like Olympians. They did great stuff here.
Yeah.
And they should be really
shout out
proud of it.
2 teams for just like really good skates for them. The Polish team of Czechetnina, and Wozniak. Czechetnina and Wozniak. 2 really good skates for them. That was I was so happy for them to have that moment on an Olympic stage. And then Haka and Kunkel today were really good too. Like the scores didn't really end up showing that, but I'm watching this and I'm checking everything off and I'm like, Sarah, they're skating really well. Like it was great for them. So they also had to go and train in Berlin for a while because Team USA bought out like all the ice at their rink. So they had to leave their training rink and go train in Berlin.
It's rude.
Oh my God. We're doing colonialism.
I know.
At the Olympics.
Ice time colonialism.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, here's hoping it pays off in one of these events for the US, like with a gold medal, because they've got one left and they probably were hoping for 3. So, and on that note, tomorrow is the women's short program and Taylor Swift has done a promo video introducing the 3 women on NBC that is like all over my internet right now.
So good.
I haven't seen it yet.
Amazing.
So good. You should watch
I'm
it.
worried that it might be geo-blocked, Adam, but you should watch it when you're like, if you're at the IBC, you can be on NBC internet and you'll be able to see it.
Okay.
But it's good. It's really good. Yeah.
She's like, and she's describing our 3 girls, and it starts with Amber, and then she goes into Alyssa, and both of them have amazing stories. And so before she gets to Isabeau, I turn to Sarah and I'm like, what is she going to say? Like, she's from New Jersey? Like, where is she going to go with this? And then all of these girls have actually such an amazing story. And you need to watch it. And if you haven't watched it,
it's really well done.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really well done by the people who make such things at NBC.
Yes. Congratulations
very, very
to the such things you make.
Adam, have you gotten any update on your plant godchild?
No. And
Grandson?
I'm actually sort of like, hey, Isabel, where's part 2? I know you're competing tomorrow. Where's my second
But you've had
TikTok?
2 weeks. You've had
Grandchild.
2 weeks. Grandchild.
Yes, grandchild.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll get an update on that soon.
We should ask Andrea Joyce to ask her and her like coming to the arena interview.
Arrival interview.
Yeah.
Arrival. Yes.
How is your plant doing?
Yeah.
Honestly, honestly, she would probably love getting that question on the way in, like when you're like kind of stressed, and you get just like a little fun one.
Love to hear her response.
No, it would be incredible. So there is a second video that she's gonna come out with, or maybe never. Who knows? Maybe she's like, it's time to leave this on the cutting room floor. But like, she did it christening for the plant, and
No, I know. We're waiting for
And-
it.
while she's doing the christening, like her and Christina are both like quietly like sitting with their heads down, and they're both like giggling back and forth.
Of
Okay.
course.
They're giggling back and forth, and and Christina's giggling, and Isabeau says to Christina, "Christina, stop laughing." And then Isabeau's like, and then Christina's like, "You're laughing too." And then Isabeau says, "I'm not laughing. I'm just making noise."
Well,
She's become my favorite. She's become my absolute favorite.
I'll never forget it.
I'm not laughing. I'm just making
I'm
noise.
I'm just
making
making
noise.
noise. And that
Oh,
is
funny.
my daughter through and through.
Through and through. Well, yeah, all three of our daughters are on the ice tomorrow.
Mhm.
Congratulations to all of our children who are done with their events as
Mhm.
of today. The pairs,
Mhm.
congratulations. Amazing. Great event. Can't
Yeah.
wait for
Ooh,
tomorrow.
I'm
like,
really
getting
starting to get
nervous.
nervous. I'm just thinking
Yeah.
of like
No, I'm
Kaori and
really
Ami and
nervous.
Monet and like everybody, all of them, Luna, like
Oh, I know.
we love
It's-
them all.
This is,
Yeah. We have
I
so
mean,
many
oof.
children in this event.
yeah, we do.
I feel
Yeah,
like
we
a
do.
Mormon mother with the amount of daughters I have in this event.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're like a Duggard.
I love all these women so much. I just want a really good 2 events of skating. They deserve it because they're all so insanely competitive. I just want
I
to see them
think-
all have a great Olympics.
I think they're
Agreed.
gonna give it to us. I really do.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh my God. Tomorrow.
I know. Oh my
Ugh.
God.
On that note,
Okay. Good night.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.